Hello, church family. My name is Gary Frame, and I've known a lot of you for a long time. Actually, I've been here for about 84 years. My family was going to this church, not in this location, but were members, and I was in the cradle roll and went all through church and got baptized about 8 years old in the white frame church over on Center Street. And so grew up in the church. My grandparents were members, Minnie and Charlie Frame. I doubt if many of you remember them, but they were wonderful. And so we came to a church every Sunday. And so I just grew up in the church, went all through Cairo and CYF. And I think I was president of CYF my senior year in high school. Anyway, I've been a member of this church for so long, I think I know almost everybody. One of the wonderful things about this church is if you come, you get to know people, and people is so important in this congregation. This church is welcoming and just really open to almost everybody. In fact, everybody is welcome here, and that's what we try to aim for. Sometimes I think you have to come more than once to get to know people and they get to know you. But anyway, it's a wonderful church. Church has been especially kind to me. My years in teaching, I began my teaching career in Medford. Joyce and I got married. We came back to Salem, and the church hired me as the choir director. And so I was the choir director here and director of music for 28 years. And as I remember, Marilyn Fine, who's looking at me right now, was a part of that choir and also part of my high school choir. I came back to Salem to teach at South High, and then later on in my career, I taught at Sprague High School. So been here and involved for almost all of that time. I took a short hiatus when my wife, Joyce, who is a pastor, became pastor at Kaiser Christian Church. And I did join her after a few years, and we had our ministry together for a while. And then she retired, I retired, and we all came back here. And we were very joyful to come back. We knew people, and they were so kind to us and welcomed us back. Why do I stay here? Well, of course, it's the people. We've been through this church, through its history for a long time, through highs and lows and in between. But anyway, I always felt like the church was the most important foundation, and the people were so important that no matter where we were on that scale, we still needed to be here to lend our support and our ability to keep it alive. I remember as probably a 12-year-old, we had just moved into this new building from the old location. And it took a lot of money when there wasn't a lot of money to give. And we finally got into the building. I remember at the dedication, it was outside and we all came in and all we saw were concrete walls. There was nothing on the walls. The sanctuary had a concrete floor. We did have a baptistry curtain, and we had a green stripe carpet down the center aisle. Everything else was concrete. We did not have padded pews. So what I'm telling you is that this church started just bare bones. And it was only through the love and generosity of the congregation that we not only built this building, but through the years and the generations, we've been able to furnish it and make it as beautiful as we can to the glory of God. So what's around us is your giving, your strength, your commitment. And I feel that that's so important. I remember as a child, my parents always gave me at least a nickel or a dime, not a quarter, but a nickel or a dime. And when the offering was passed, it was not passed over my head anymore. It was given to me. And that I was the one that put the money in the basket. And even through thick and thin and our financial history through the years of marriage, we have been able to give. And it's not always been what we would like to give, but we have always given. And so we are pleased that so many of you do dedicate your gifts to the church so that we can continue God's work. And I don't mean just beautifying the building. I mean really reaching out to community and beyond. So thank you so much for all that you do for this church and your love of the church. And please keep up the good work, and we plan to do it until God calls us home. Thank you.